AITA for not trying to move back in with my parents and siblings, or at least going over to help them out after Children Protection Services, further CPS, removed me from them, which I wanted them to do. I, 16M, was taken from my parents' house by CPS last year and I'm living with my maternal grandparents. The whole thing is what I wanted, and I still feel so relieved and glad that I'm living with my grandparents instead of at home. I wasn't removed for being in danger or severe abuse or anything. It was because my two younger siblings, 9 and 7, are autistic and they were keeping me awake all night with their screaming, and they were the reason I was late for school some days. At school I was struggling, and even getting homework done was rough because my parents wanted me home straight away after school. But my siblings would be screaming and grabbing my stuff, and it made it impossible to finish homework and do it well. It was our neighbor calling CPS on us that got everything investigated. She was tired of being woken up at 12 or 1 in the morning to my siblings screaming. My sister is worse than my brother, in that her screaming will last for hours, and she's got a more high-pitched and grating scream that I was having really bad reactions to. They've been like this since they were toddlers. But it got worse. I used to find it hard to talk to my parents about it because my siblings are adopted, and I knew if I complained my parents would jump to them thinking I was being less understanding because they aren't my bio siblings, but it's not that at all. If we were bio-related, I still wouldn't like or cope living like that forever. I told the person from CPS how much it was getting to me, how little sleep I was getting, and I showed her how bad I was doing in school, and I even mentioned the homework stuff and how my parents insisted I go straight home, which got in the way of homework. I looked like a zombie at that time, and I felt even worse than one. Some people at school would make fun of me for looking old because you could tell I hadn't slept much, and it made my eyes look really weird. My parents didn't want me removed, but CPS said it was in my best interest because I could not thrive while my siblings had ongoing sleep issues and disruption issues. My siblings still have those problems and have not improved at all. My parents ignored that and asked me when I would ask CPS to let me move back in, and I said I won't. Then my parents were like, you should come over more and help us if you're not going to move back home. I don't go over there really ever because my parents are angry I said all the stuff I did and that I wanted to be taken. But it's also because I really can't go back to hearing all the screaming. My grandparents had to get me therapy to help me because when I first moved in with them I'd wake up with the sound going through my head constantly, and I was a mess from it. Plus I had kept it all to myself for years because I worried everyone would think the same as my parents, and that if I complained it was because my siblings are adopted. I feel like I made my parents more angry, but I'm happier not being there. Does it make me an AH?